Hello.
I didn't even test mine yet.
Test it.
Test it,
Get
test it,
comfortable.
test it.
I'm so comfortable right now.
Okay, good. We never
Yeah.
use this thing, so it's kind of cool. We get to use it now.
Really?
Okay.
Damn. Damn, look at this.
Okay, we're live.
We're live already?
We're live already.
We're
Wait,
live
let me
already?
Make sure, okay.
Yeah.
Start recording video mode. All right, cool. Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
Welcome.
Hello.
Let me swallow my gum.
Me too.
Okay.
Oh, gum gang.
Welcome back to the Golden Rule.
It's been forever.
It's been forever. How long has it been? Probably like a month or so. A lot has happened.
But look at this setup.
Isn't
All
this
thanks
cool?
to Meg. Oh my god.
So if this works out,
It's
we'll
amazing.
just keep it here. Yeah. So I like it. I'm already thinking of ways where I can like not make it look so ugly. Like get like I got ideas.
This is
got ideas.
This is legit.
So
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, welcome back to the show. Welcome. It's a lot has happened.
Yeah. Where do we start, Meg?
Dude. Okay, well, I don't know. Like, I feel really good about where we are as people and as friends, and now as now we have separated from Super, and now you're doing your thing. You've made your couple of sales, right? You made a couple sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel
it's
like
happening.
maybe we should address that first because I think we started the show together as like, oh, it was gonna be something that we could share our personal lives through Super, and then we're like, no, let's not do that. And then we're like, let's use the show as a platform for us, just a personal platform to self therapy ourselves, which it was really awesome. And now so much has happened where Kevin and I have stepped aside, and you've been like, boosh. You've just
Cindy
like
and
taken
I,
off.
not just me.
Yeah. You and Cindy, of course. Yeah,
But I
can't
see
forget about
what you
Cindy.
mean. Yeah.
But I feel like it was I have such like fond, nice, warm, happy feelings of how we're here now, because it started off like we were together, and then we had so many things that we had to figure out together, and we grew so rapidly, like in a very short span, where I feel like not a lot of people get to do that.
Yeah.
To get that blessing, like to grow and then still come out like good, you know? And then I felt like you discovered more, like you could feel freer to actually do the ideas that you want to do and execute on your ideas once we stepped aside. You know, we had our own thing. It was like we kept trying to bring our own like standards, I guess, or our own habits into Super, where Super was, I think, truly and originally, it was your idea, and now it became something where like you could really take off with it. And now I see that what you're doing there.
Thank you.
And yeah, so congrats. Like just executing on your vision. I think not too many people get to do that. And even though we were together as a company, all four of us, for probably 3 months, right? We got to learn and grow within it. Like I feel like we have years and years and years crammed into that 3 months that I think that a lot of people don't get to do. And even us, like we've been working together, like Kevin and I've been working together for so long, but we never grew that much together. So I just want to thank you for that time.
Well, I also want to say thank you and Kevin too, because like Cindy and I are late. I won't say Cindy, but I was stuck at a level where I was very scared, and I didn't know what to do, where to start, or anything like that. You know, but you guys held my hand and Cindy's hand, and you guys helped us get to the point where, okay, bye mommy, bye daddy, like, we can jump. You know,
literally, and for you too.
Like literally, like you guys helped me, at least me, gain so much confidence and belief in myself.
That's cool.
To really just go for it.
You
know, and like what I truly treasure again is this right here. Like my relationship with you, my relationship with Kevin. We're still going to the gym together. We're still friends. We're all still family together. And it's cool that, it's possible. As long as everything is communicated properly, you can come together. Sometimes you may drift apart, but you can still stick together and be even better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you too.
You know, thank you and Kevin, really.
Yeah.
So
the feeling is mutual. Like I always think back on it, and like, you know, we get daily reminders because we follow the company, of course, and so like
I follow y'all too. Of course.
We just check in, like, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And we but it was so crazy, like a whirlwind of stuff that just happened. And yeah, I feel blessed. Like, and then now we're coming to the end of the year, right? And it's getting like, it's not letting up. The busyness, the work, all that stuff, it's not letting up. And which is cool. It's just like, okay, that was something crazy that happened. Still a lot of work to do and move forward. And it's like, I want to remind myself to take the time to reflect, because yeah, like life just moved on. After we left Super, it was like, okay, now we gotta focus on this other thing. But I still want to like take the time to reflect, basically, and just like give thanks, notice it.
What up, bro?
Notice it, be aware, like pay attention, right? I think that's so important. Like, so I just want to, and that's why this platform is great, and why we kept, you know, we agreed to keep doing Golden Rule, even though all that stuff happened, and just because this is outside of that, but just to be aware and pay attention and be like, that happened. Reflect on it.
And a lot of things, like when we were doing the Golden Rule, right? It was very personal.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like we started with like marriage talk.
Yeah.
And look at our marriages. Like, you guys helped my marriage with Cindy, and I just hope that I help your marriage with Kevin.
Yeah.
And it's like, even personally, our mindset, you know,
it's so much better.
And it's like the affirmations. You're doing yoga like every freaking day now. Like you're freaking killing it, you know. And I'm just like, it's cool that the Golden Rule never really was a business platform. It was a personal platform. And I think that's why we've grown closer, and we've all grown closer.
For sure.
And we'll continue to.
For sure.
Because this is personal.
Like, and I so missed it. I just kept like, like setting up the thing.
Build it and he will come.
There was so many like iterations of this, Tony. Like so many times I like sat down, I like was testing it. I just want to come and speak. Like that's something I saw on you too before we left Super, is that I would see that there's so much in you that you want to give, like just you know, create content. And I was like, dude, I recognize that. And me, because when I was going through that as well. And then that's why I felt so good about leaving Super. I was just like, oh, this is his time. He's going through that thing. Like he just needs to boom, explode all this stuff that you've been maybe holding in. I'm just guessing. I'm assuming. But it just looked and felt very familiar in me. And then I had the chance to do that, and then kind of learn about business, learn about myself, learn who I want to present on camera. I went through many iterations of that, and there just becomes this love of creating content and documenting it. And that's why I still do podcasting, and it's still something that I get so excited about, even though there's $0 associated with it.
It's not about the money.
Yeah, I love it, you know. And so I'm just excited for you.
Thank you.
Because there's just so much more. And you're going through it, and it's cool to see it in other people and go, cool, I know that feeling.
I mean, honestly, like one of my fears was, you know, shoot, like I was going through like a sad phase though.
Why?
You know, because like I was like, oh my gosh, like can Cindy and I still do it? You guys are gone. Like I came into this wanting and needing your help. And now that it's just me and Cindy again, I felt like that, like fear, and also, you know, sad, because I was like, damn, like are we still gonna be together? Are we still gonna spend time together?
Yeah, of course.
And it's like I was going through that for like a week or two and stuff like that. Stress eating, obviously, you know. But after that period, knowing that, hey, wait, it is better actually.
Yeah, it is better.
I don't have to talk to Kevin only about business anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to feel his stress about Super not producing or something, you know?
Right.
And the fact that we can still be personal.
Yeah.
And, like, focus on and talk on other things.
Yeah.
And for us, too, it's like knowing that, you know, there's no tension. It's just, oh, like, how is everything, Meg? Like, how is your life? Like, is it good? Is it cool? Like, real friends. Like, instead of, all right, man. So we gotta talk about business. Like,
yeah.
You know how that's like.
I have enough of that. I have enough of that. And that's something you guys will learn too as time goes on, because you're a husband wife couple who work in business together. And that's another journey in itself. But I was never worried because I already went through that multiple cycles of something being born and then having it stay in the sun and then it's dying. And then us leaving was kind of like, oh, that time with us, it was dead. And what I think what you felt is just like that mourning process. Like,
I think so.
Dude, it's dead. Damn it. That sucks. And that's natural. And but I just always trusted because, and I wasn't worried at all because, like I said, I've already been through that in myself, and like many iterations of businesses starting up, being very, very excited, having it stay in the sun, taking everything, learning so much, and then letting it go, letting it die, and being okay with it. And I was just like, cool. I like made my peace with it. And we all had to like make our peace with it individually at different times. And even though when I said, like the first time I told Kevin I was gonna leave, I was just like, I still had to go through my own cycle, my own like letting it go, like mourning the death of it, mourning me not gonna be doing it anymore. I had to go through my cycles of it, and yoga helped me a lot with that.
Nice. Yoga's gonna spike up. Why?
Dude, yoga helped me a lot with a lot of like acceptance, I would say, and like forgiveness, and those two themes kind of like go back and forth, and it's helped me a lot with just like being more at peace with it, and then seeing like the bigger picture of things, and then maybe helping others find that way too. And so yeah, it's been really nice. Yeah, so I'm happy, and you guys are, I feel like you're killing it. I just trust, like I just see the work that you're doing, and I know that if you keep going that way, and then those little blips like spur you on even more, because you're just gonna go through peaks and valleys. That's what entrepreneurship is. I'm excited for you. There's gonna be highs, there's gonna be lows.
There's never been a time where I need my affirmations. You feel me? I'm like, oh, every day.
Yeah, it's a journey. It never stops. But like I said, you guys can always come to us. That's so great, like to know that another couple is gonna be experiencing or is experiencing the same things that we're going through. And we've never really had that before, really on a consistent basis. You know, so as long as you guys are still in business for yourself, and we still are, like I feel like we always can support each other, which is cool.
Brainstorm ideas, you know.
Yeah,
it's
like
crazy.
you know.
I was doing that with Kevin on our way to
course,
Decon.
yeah.
So I was like, ooh.
You know, he always loves to throw out ideas.
Oh yeah,
so.
I love it too. Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is everything else? How's your marriage?
You know, my marriage is definitely cool. You know, like still being the supportive husband. I mean, I do have my moments where I'm like, but then I don't just lean on it. I just get back up.
Yeah.
And keep trying.
Yeah.
And yesterday, like, okay, so you know, I Cindy called me out. She's like, "You're very controlling. You're very like you like to like do everything, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right."
What, in the business or like?
Yeah, in the business, right? And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." And she goes, "Like, I want to do marketing this way. I want to price it this way. I want to do her things, right? That she's good at, because she's a strategist. I'm not. Like puzzle games, she'll beat my ass like crazy. You know what I mean? So." The reason I was asking myself, like, why am I so damn controlling? Like, why am I trying to do everything? You know, so those two things I think, or I felt, was fear and guilt.
Yeah.
The fear of, maybe, you know, if I don't do it, then it's not going to succeed, you know, and the guilt of, oh, I don't want to put too much work on her.
I see.
But it's like, but I was like, wait, but she likes to do this stuff.
Yeah.
If I told her, okay, you got to go out and network, she'd be like, hell no, motherfucker, like
later.
I'm like, okay. So I felt like, why was I doing the stuff that I didn't want to do?
Yeah.
That she's like amazing at. So yesterday I just said, you know what? I submit. I give it up to you. I give up control. And I'm like, I'll let you do it. I'll let you be free the way you let me be free. And that's amazing because I do feel free. You know, I get to engage with who I want, how I want. Be appropriate, of course, but you know, but like mainly it's still me.
Yeah.
You know, and like I want to let her be her and just be confident in her decisions.
Yeah.
Cuz she's smart as heck, you know.
Roles,
the role that she has within Super, she'll kill it. Yeah. I just need to like trust and be like, okay.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool moment for me because
True. Must have felt great for her too. I like that feeling when somebody trusts you.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not always said in like so many words when somebody doesn't trust you, but you just feel it. And then I just know Cindy because we're similar. And like you feel it, defenders. And you're like, you don't say shit about it, but then you're like, and it changes everything. When somebody doesn't trust you, it changes everything about you that you don't even know. Also, sometimes if you're not even aware, like me, if I feel mistrust, like something just happens, like a switch flips, and I'm like, okay, you're like that, I'm like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like we could be very similar, but when somebody trusts you, you're like, oh, I don't want to let them down. I want to do my best. You know, like something else changes. And that dynamic, I think, like, it's so important, like, between husband and wife for one, and then working as a business. It's like, I don't know, I don't want to say pressure, but it kind of feels like pressure, that the pressure is always on to be mindful of your thoughts. And maybe it feels like pressure is a negative word, but to be mindful sometimes feels exhausting, where you have to not only consider yourself but somebody else. And like, I understand that, and that's why it's kind of good to be husband and wife, because you're obligated to forgive.
You know, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do except forgive, right? Like,
see you next week.
Yeah. I gotta see you tomorrow, so you know, still gotta work with you tomorrow. So yeah, like yeah, when somebody trusts you, it's such a great feeling. But to also ask for trust, and I think Cindy did, like, that's something I need to always remember, instead of not saying things, to ask for trust. How did she approach you? Was she defensive, or was
her, like,
was she kind?
Nah, hell no, she's not. She doesn't do the kind. So she's like, yo, I'll give you the meat and potatoes. You feel me? She's like, you're very controlling, and I was like, huh? And she's like, you know,
that still sounds kind to me, though.
Yeah, I guess in her way. And I try to take it the best way possible. And I was all like, okay, I was just listening. She's like, you're very controlling. Like, I want to do things this way, and I was like, shit, you're right. Like, what the hell? Why am I trying to put so much input into this? In my head, I was thinking that. I was like, huh? I surrender. Like, it's all you. Like, I'm gonna let you do it. And it's true. She let me be free. Yeah. So it felt good to kind of just let her be free. But I also helped her understand and help myself understand that it was fear and guilt of as to why I was trying to control her or control the whole thing, you know?
Right.
And I tell you right now, man, like, it feels great.
It feels good.
It feels amazing.
I
feel free. Like, I do trust her. What the hell? You know, like, she has the company's back a lot more than I do. You feel me? Like, I would run that thing to the ground, like freaking nonprofit status. You know what I mean? Even nonprofits make something. Like, I'd be like literally like giveaway status,
giveaway
like,
for free. Yeah.
And I'm just like, nah, I can't. You know,
she's your balance.
She holds me accountable, and it's like cool. You know?
Yeah.
And so I just feel blessed that it's gotten to that point.
Yeah.
Because that's how you guys helped me and Cindy. Like,
that's cool.
Just being aware of that. That, wait, it's not equal. You know, like, wait, why am I trying to control everything? Yeah. And so it's nice to, like, kind of get in touch with my feels and just fear and guilt. And as my parents, like, yo, my dad and my mom, as much as I'd love to say they're a team, they're not. You feel me? They're not a team.
They're not a team?
They're not a team. Like, my dad, he has his own ways. He does really good work, great service and all that stuff. He's kind, but he doesn't know how to charge for shit. Like, he's too nice. My mom, on the other hand, her customer service sucks like ass, right? Like, she'll yell at customers, like, no. Like, she's Korean, you know what I mean? But then, like, in terms of business, like how to price and shit, like how to make that money, she got that on lock. Yeah. But my But my parents kind of squabble with that. My dad doesn't let her be free and let her do her thing and feel free. Yeah. He always goes, little ass comments, like, oh, that's too much, like, Yeah. And my mom's like, like she gets, you know the feels.
True. We're learning that too. Like as we're truly like, when we left Super, I was telling you, like, I was telling you that, dude, we've never been doing one business together at the same time for more than 2 months or something like that. We always jump to the next new shiny thing. That's both of our bad habit. More so him, and then he convinces me super easily. Yeah. You don't have to tell me, like, you don't have to pitch me. He's just like, I think this is something we should do. I'm like, okay, that's it. That's all you have to do with me. Okay. And so I'm like super easy, right? Yeah. And I was like, dude, we cannot do that anymore. I think for us to really be a team, it's up to me to step up and be like, recognize all those things and be a rock for him, or be some, like the way that Cindy is for you, is like call you out in a kind way, in a way that still respects, like I don't regret it at all, right? Super, not at all, or anything that we've done outside of KLV. But okay, cool. What if we did it for like a solid year or more, whatever, and just KLV, and we both focused, and we both did it we're on the same page, and you let me do my thing, I'll let you do your thing, and let's just try that. We've never done it before. And so I feel like we're still turning over a really brand new leaf to be able to experience that. So we're going to be doing that same time as you, like still like trying to figure that out. Like, who are we as a team, really? Yeah. Really, because still there's still levels where it's not smoothed out, which is like what I expected. And like every time I do my practice in yoga, I'm like, Lord, give me strength.
Acceptance and forgiving.
Yeah. Like, how do I do it? How do I make this better? Or how do I be more of a team player? How do I like be more forgiving when I see the same habits pop up in both of us? And like, how do I get us back on track and stuff like that? So that's going to be basically like my journey and my challenge, and not wanting to like take things so personally when we have frustrations in the business. And like, we're gonna have our third year anniversary, wedding anniversary next month, so we're gonna go away and we're gonna do some things and maybe like just reconnect. And I want to take that time to be mindful and be like, okay, what does this really mean to be a team? We cannot keep going the same way. Yeah. And it's up to me to lead that charge, because if I leave it up to other things or him or something, I feel like it won't be what we need it to be. And that's my role, to lead that charge and to lead in that way. Yes. And I'm excited to do it. I'm also like kind of nervous too, like, am I strong enough to do that? Yes, because it takes a lot to, well, I just know, our relationship, it takes a lot for me sometimes to like pitch or whatever. Like, he's not easy. It's not easy like me. I'll just convince you. Like, I have to do all of these things externally or and internally too, to like recognize, okay, what's your language? How do I speak to you? How do I lead you now? Because for me, I'm naturally a follower. So it's like, in order for a follower to lead somebody, they have to become more than that, right? You can't be a follower. You have to be a leader. And so if you're naturally a follower, you got to learn how to lead. So it's not natural for me to do it, but I know that it's necessary. I'm excited, and at the same time, like, ooh, can I do it? I don't know. We'll see.
Can I add something to the language?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty results driven, I would say, and I know Kevin's results driven, right? Now, I know the whole pitching thing, but where Cindy got me was, she went directly like, look at the results. Yeah. You're doing great. She encouraged me. Yeah. That was cool. Yeah. And she's like, but look at the market. It's not responding to you in what we really want. Right. In order to keep this business constantly going. So I thought about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, you're right. And so that's where I was like, wait, so I am trying to control everything.
Yeah.
You know? And I think what made me really finally trust Cindy is I had to just let go. I had to realize that, wait, I can't do everything.
Right.
I can't be everyone.
Yeah.
And she's just, and I just knew it in her, like the type of person she is. She loves to play puzzle games. She loves strategy. She gets high off that shit, you know? And I'm like, shit, then then let go.
Yeah.
So I feel like for Kevin too, and for you, it's always gonna be mutual.
Yeah.
Like you can be you, but at the same time, Kevin needs to understand that. Wait a minute, like Megan is strong. You are strong at your strengths, at your craft, you know, in your lane, and he just needs to trust. You know, I think so. So no, and again, Meg, just tell him up front, like, hey, Kevin, like these are the results, right, from what we've been doing. And put it on him. These are the results of what you've been doing.
Yeah.
And then if it's not working, let's try it this way.
Right.
I think put it on him.
We have plenty of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so many little things, so many little stories. But it basically boils down to, this is what we want to do. These are the problems that we have. These are the solutions that I'm proposing. Yeah. But you don't want to do them. You don't want to do them. Not all of them, some. Or you're not enthusiastic to make the change or put in the real work for this change. Whereas I find it really difficult leading the changes that I want to make, because it feels like I'm the only one there. I'm the only one present at the meeting. Present. Not just there at the meeting, but present and engaged and like, let's go. And it's because it's my thing. And this is something that I want to address too, like with we're going to start a new podcast that he's been kind of okay about. Like agreed, but not truly like, let's go do it. Like, when's the next time we're going to record? And maybe because the first time that we tried, nothing was recorded.
Oh, okay.
Because of I didn't know how to do the whole live thing.
Yeah.
For the two of us, it didn't work out, especially with the new setup and everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like he did a really great job at being open and being present with me on the show. Kind of like sometimes he zones out.
Yeah, it's cool.
But then, we didn't get any results right from that, so it was a wash. So it was just like, waste of my time, basically, probably in his mind. And I was like upset too, like, damn it. Like, I thought that was a really good show, like a good intro to what we wanted to do. And now we're kind of like basically starting over again. So in the end, it wasn't motivating, most likely, for him. It was kind of demotivating for me too, but I was like, dude, I got to figure this out, which we did. Now we're doing it. Cool. So, so there's just little things like that I feel we need to do to crank up our business and fill in the gaps of the things that we haven't been really doing, which is the personal marketing, the transparency, and all that stuff. But I feel like he's not really present there with me or excited to do it because it's not up his alley. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I always feel like I'm dragging you along. I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like this is both ours. You know, the way that you're so excited to come on to the show, and I know I shouldn't compare him to you. You're different people, and the way what motivates you guys is different. And so that's what I'm talking about when I'm trying to find the language. It's so easy when you feel a certain way about creating content or being open. You personally, it's so easy, right? I don't have to convince you of the value of this. But it's always feels like a fight. Like I have to convince you, or I have to convince him, or I have to pitch or remind. And that's the journey, and that's the challenge that I fear moving forward. Now that we're like, this is all we're doing. There is no, there's nothing else. Like, okay, if this is my challenge in terms of my role and how I'm supposed to support this company, reminding somebody to grow and change and break old habits and all these new stuff, I'm like, am I strong enough to do that? I don't know. I want to be. Okay. You know, I want to be strong enough to do that. I feel like I'm kind of doing an okay job. Like when those moments come where I get frustrated, I try to have patience and understanding and again try to be kind with my words. But that's challenging for me. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like in the next coming months, I just want to be better at it. Yeah. Yeah.
Better at what?
Better at learning how to lead him in this new way. Okay. Yeah. And maybe because like I don't know why I'm having such a hard time.
Sorry.
What?
No, one thing that really hit me, right?
Yeah.
Was look, this is all you, Meg. Like you set this up. Like, come on. Our first golden rule, like it was, you know how it was set up and stuff like that, you know? But look how it's set up now. Like you've always improved, right? But if you really think about it, you've done it. I had no part in this.
No, but look what you brought to the show.
No, but watch. This is on you. This is you though. Like you have to realize that this is from you. Like you make this happen. I was just a part of the show. Yeah. Really.
A big part.
But you made this happen.
Yeah.
Right? You did lead the show. Yeah. You did lead the golden rule. It wasn't even me. I was just, it may seem like I am because I talk and stuff like that, but dude, Meg, I would not even know how to set any of this up.
That's okay, right? Like that's my role, right?
That's your leader, though.
But then you followed.
Yeah, I followed you.
I'm trying to lead, but
no, you did lead.
You know what I'm saying?
You did lead. So I'm thinking right with Kevin. Yeah. Okay, with Kevin. he brought something up to me when you guys did the what was that? What was the show called? The one where it was
Get in the Lab.
No, the other one.
Get in the Lab, right? The old one.
You and Kevin were the most recent ones, like the stress-free weddings,
stress-free
right?
Yeah.
He brought up one time we were going to the gym. He's like, "Yo, like, one of my clients said that, she felt that connection from the stress-free weddings, which you like pioneered, right? Yeah. So he was drawn to the results from it.
Of course. Look. Look. So we've had that conversation. Okay. We've had the conversation with the golden rule also. Yeah. The results from that. Yeah. Right? He has the results in front of him. You can see it. You can see it when people read like my articles. Yeah. Or and he's like, still not enthusiastic about the articles or doing stuff like this. And so there's always a pushback, even though there's results. Yeah. And that's when I get frustrated. Yeah. And it's like, how else can I show you or speak or whatever? Like, what is the language? Because I would feel like, dude, I feel like I'm doing the best that I can right now, given the tools that I have, the language that I have, all of the reading and the learning and all this stuff, of me trying to be more compassionate and forgiving and trying to speak your language. But I still don't feel like you're here with me,
I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah. Like I'm trying, I'm so trying, and that's when I get frustrated. That's the first time when I blew up, right? That's why. But now I'm like, I remember that day so clearly, and like I didn't really want to go there again. Yeah. And I still acknowledge my frustration and be like, it's human. It's like whatever. But then like to be gracious with myself and like do my practice, do my yoga, do my breathing, all that stuff, and realize, okay, like I don't have to take it personally. This is just this is how I'm rationalizing it to myself. I don't have to take it personally. It's just, I don't know. Like I can ask the questions. Why is it when we try to do these new things, or when I try to the podcast is always just a prime example. The podcast, even though you're saying yes, it's like a, dragging your heels sort of thing, right? Yeah, I'm dragging, or even when I ask him to help me test it, just sit right there for 2 seconds and say something. It's always like, no, I got to do that. No, I got to do this thing. I'm like, why is that? Like, if you asked me, if it was reverse, I don't think I would put up so many excuses, or I got to go do this other thing. And then I would try to dig and pull a Tony and ask questions and be like, why is it that you do that? Like, I know you're not doing it to spite me. I would normally think that, like, why are you doing this to me? I know you're not doing this to me, even though sometimes it feels like that. Like, why is there this resistance? I want to figure that out. And we'll go back and forth, and it's similar to Cindy in terms of, she'll be saying something like, this is why I don't want to do it, but actually there's an underlying cause. Yeah. And then I have to, like, dig really long, dig really deep, and have a lot of patience, and keep filling up my patience cup, because it takes a lot to get down to what the real reason is. And finally, when we uncover the reason, either we've ran out of time, like he's got to go or do something, and then the next day rolls over. And so we haven't had time, I think, to get to the real reasons why there is resistance, or why he feels, why he can't be 100% present with me when we're doing these other parts of the business that are results driven. Like, they get us results in another way, other than just posting awesome pictures or Facebook ads that you could waste a lot of money potentially.
So let me ask you, right?
You know what I'm saying?
What is Kevin's method for improving KOV?
Always being creative.
Okay.
Right? And shooting in new locations.
Okay. Okay. Shooting in new locations.
And that's about it. Yeah.
Wait. So shooting at a new location.
Or wanting to spend on Facebook ads, which I'm resistant to, not because I don't want to learn Facebook ads. That's part of the reason, but I think a bigger reason is that we're potentially not knowing what we want to do. Yeah. With Facebook ads, because it's not just putting money in Facebook ads, it's the content. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like we're gonna waste money there when we have other ways where we know we can be it's free, for one thing, to create content. It's free. It doesn't cost us anything. He's never wanted to spend more than $1,000 on marketing anyway. And you need to spend a lot more than that on Facebook ads to really
get something, right?
According to my mentor, Jeff.
Yeah.
Right?
What up, Jeff?
What up, Jeff? Yeah. So potentially we may be working with him for some Facebook ad stuff. So I want to just hold off on that, but I feel like it's a lot more maximizing of my time. Yeah. And our ability to connect with the right clients when we just do stuff like this. Like, just be open, just be transparent, and try to connect with people. Because in the end, after all my time of running bells and now just talking to people, managing meetings, and just my whole experience with wedding photography is the connection. That's just so special. And if you can do that with people, you'll get the right clients who actually care about you, not just hiring you for a day and like not caring about you. I know what that feels like too. Which is one of his goals, is to connect with cooler clients, down clients. And I'm just like,
cooler and down,
like, adventurous, like, who speak our language, who we could be friends with, basically. And I'm like, yes, I know. These are some of the ways that we can do that. I guarantee a cool ass client is most likely not going to find us through an ad. Because who clicks on ads? People who want deals.
Damn, man.
I've already explained this. Yeah. And that's why I get really frustrated and my patience wears thin, because...
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
New clients, your current clients that you've already served, or Kevin's already had a relationship with, that you've both had, right? They're there.
Exactly.
You guys are still with them.
I want to speak to them.
They're with you.
Yes.
And that's one thing that I've learned on Instagram.
Yes.
They're watching you.
They are watching.
They're watching you.
And they're excited.
They're connecting with you. They just are you. It's like I was scared of social media because it's a phone, right? Mm-hmm. It's more than a phone. Mm-hmm. Now that's my way of saying, "What up, Meg?" Yeah. Like straight up, "What up, Meg?" You know, and you're like, "What up?" You know, like it's a way to interact. Yeah. And it's like you just said, Kevin, his thoughts are being creative and shooting at new locations. Yeah. But what about, and he wants down ass clients, right? Yeah. He already has them. He's already had the opportunity to serve them in the most memorable time of their lives. Yeah. Weddings. Yeah. But now after weddings is like even more after that. And they have people who are getting married. Right. You know? Right. But it's like, why don't you, Meg? Like, why don't you? You know what you think is right. Yeah. Why are you waiting on him?
I feel like I know Jeff says that to me too. A lot of ways I can move without him in different ways where like I do want to productize what we've learned for sure. I think we can do that, and I have a way of doing that now. It's just a matter of me. I feel like that's not a priority for me right now. Is to address our immediate things, which is the building of a solid team. That's very stressful. Not stressful, but like challenging. And then creating a system within our workflow that's gonna work, right? And I think Kevin's not here right now, but his argument that always comes that I hear first is I don't have time. I don't have time to do that. Like to connect with clients. And I'm like, you can't say that you want something awesome, more money, better clients, and not want to do anything different than you're doing now. It's not possible. It's not magic. You know, you have to actually experiment and try and record podcasts that are a wash, or even though it was awesome, like I don't know, I just find it hard to help him see the bigger picture. And like he's so excited to spend on, say, a gym or a new fancy business that is not established, but not wanting to spend on an established business and his own. That's weird to me.
Because again, this is my input, right? Yeah. The gym and all this stuff, it could be an escape. Not gonna lie.
For sure,
it could be it is, right?
We need it
because look. He has control over it. Yeah. He can get the results right away. He can build it, done, results. But this getting new clients or trying to like, keep the business afloat, it's a lot, it's not as 1, 2, 3, like boom, I eat well, work out, boom, body. It's not.
I know, but it's been 10 years. It's not. Yeah. It's been 10 years. You know what business is, right? Like I'm not talking to you, but I'm talking to
No, yeah.
So
talk
like
to Kevin.
like I don't know what else you're expecting to change. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm here. I'm ready to work. Cool. I'm excited. And we had a conversation a couple of days ago, maybe last week. And I know he's tired. You know, I know he's tired, and I know like all that stuff. But I'm also working too, and like maybe he feels like he's working harder because he's going out driving and being in that traffic and all that stuff. And I would say, yeah, you are working maybe harder than me if you want to quantify or if you want to keep score with me. Okay, fine, you can keep score. I'm not going to keep score with you. I'm trying to help you in the way that I can. Right? Like just like I expect somebody else help in the way that they can. I don't expect you to help in all the ways that I would do it or my expectation or my standards, but help in the way that you can. I think that's a very human, gracious request, just for me. And so he like, I know he's tired and all that stuff, but I'm like, at the same time, because I also mentioned this to Jeff. Yeah. I was like, but he's, I would mention like in a jokingly way, but he's tired, he doesn't want to go out, or he's really backed up with a lot of shoots and all that stuff, a lot of editing. And I'm like, yeah, but you set up your schedule this way.
Yeah.
You have 100% control, I would remind him. You have 100% control to make your business exactly the way that you want it to be. If you don't want to shoot, don't open your calendar. It's a click of a button. Don't open your calendar for more than 2 days out of the week or whatever it is. Like, and I was getting so frustrated. I was like, use your brain. That's a mean thing to say, Mom, maybe. I was like, use your brain. Like,
Cindy says that to me too.
Make it the way you want it to. You can do that.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know that you have 100% control to do that? Why do you bend to the whim of your client? You know, you're not a new business anymore. You don't have to bend over back. You know you're good. You know your quality of work is awesome, and you should feel and exert that. Like, be confident, you know. And in a lot of, and not in so many words, spread out through many conversations just like that, I've reminded him that. But he doesn't feel, I feel like he doesn't feel that way still. The hard time accepting his value and his worth and putting his foot down in his own business. And I'm like, and that's what's frustrating, because he'll just continue to work himself into a stupor. It's like, you don't have to do that. You know, you can actually build a team, trust them to do their job, let go of the reins a little bit, let them just shoot. So many conversations come back to, how are we going to train Jenna? How are we going to train Kwa? How are we going to train Tuan? I was like, dude, I got it already. Just let it go.
Wait.
Let it go. Like, I'm going to handle it.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Again and again and again comes back. I'm like, you know, I just it's hard for me to be patient with that, for his control over all the things, and then at the same time complain to me every day. I got to go out here, I got to do this, I don't have time, I got to edit. And I'm like, okay, I mean, you set it up that way, man. If you set it up that way, that's what you're gonna get. But remember, it doesn't have to be that way. You can actually block those dates off. You can actually stop accepting stuff, right? And he's trying to give more stuff to Jenna, but again, comes back, how are we going to train them? I'm like, dude, they're good. They're good. That's just you know, and you're not the client, you know. The other clients, they don't complain. Even when Jonathan was not at his best, that we thought we were not at his best, clients never complained. You know what I mean? So I feel like we don't have to be at this level where everybody's stressed the heck out.
Which is which level? Kevin's level.
Kevin's level.
Right.
Which is good. It made us reach for the stars. That's why we're here, I think, in a lot of ways. At the same time, that's why we're here. At the same time, right? Yes, that's why we're here successful. Yes, that's why we're here stressed the fuck out. Or don't have any time.
Like
or you're complaining to me, or you're tired, or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, we can change that. I'm ready. Let's go. We can do the things.
So you say you're ready. Let's go. Right? And this is, again, I think this is where you're going to be able to be that leader, Meg. Watch. Kevin is, to me, he's the main photographer, right? In terms of like making this business go crazy off the roof, you have what it takes already to do it, you know?
We do, yeah.
But I feel like, from what you're saying, do you think that you're waiting on him to give you that validation?
Yes.
To do it?
Yeah.
But why? Why? Because you say to him, you can create your life.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Yeah.
But I want to say it back to you now, because I don't know who's saying it to you. Obviously not Kevin,
you
right?
Are.
But it's like, Meg, like, you have 100% control. This is your business too, you know?
I feel like I'm trying.
You do, you know? But it's like, don't try. Just do it.
Just
do it. Like, you know that you should be connecting with the clients. You're his wife. Like, you're not a stranger coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You have the ability to make this podcast with or without him.
I feel like I would be undermining him.
No, you're not. You're helping him because, in my opinion, right? He may want that out of you. Because if you're not doing it, really helping him, Because if you're just saying what your input is that really helping him or putting more on him? You feel me? But if you're like, whoop, like you like, whoa, like damn, Kevin's like, damn, you just did it, and you're like, yeah, I got it.
Like I can't do everything.
Not everything. Yeah. No. But what you know that you can do really well, which is the connecting with the current like fan base that you guys have amassed over 10 years, right. You know? And it's like just constantly connecting, doing what you do. Because again, I won't ask Cindy to be like, go network, do everything. Right. No, but she will do what she's best at and she loves. I'll let her do that all day, every day, you know? And I'll do whatever I'm good at. Yeah. You know? So that's why I'm saying it's like, man, you have 100% control of what you want to do as well.
I've tried that also, where I just like took off and like maybe started to create content on my own on the KLV side. It's not as responsive as I assumed, as when we're both there. The results are there when we're both there. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, if it's the two of us, if it's just me, people start asking questions. They're like, "Where's Kevin? Why is he not there with you?" I'm like, "Good question. Why is he not there with me? Why is he not being present with me?" Yeah. And I think personally, I want to do this with him. I think we're stronger that way. It's more engaging. I feel like when we can make content together, it's not just me dragging you through the process, because that's not fun for me.
Yeah.
Do I want to lead? It's not really being a leader then. I'm being like a dictator or something. Just do it. That's not fun for me. I don't like that. I don't like the feeling of that. I don't like to do or create something where one person is just off somewhere or can't wait to get on their phone or whatever, not present with me. I'm like, why the fuck am I here then? That's how I feel. If I'm gonna do it that way, I would rather do this together or not at all. That's where I stand. So it's like,
and that's for the podcast world, right?
That's from like things that I would say require him to also be there. There are other things like recruiting. I do that. I don't have to check in with him.
True.
I'm like, I'll tell you when we hire somebody.
Yeah.
I know. I already know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Or what? Like, I'll let you know when we book something, or those things that I know I can do on my own that I don't have to ask his permission or validation. I just do it, and he's like, "Oh, good job." I'm like, "Thanks. I already know."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I got it. But there are things like this, or like engaging with clients. Like, yeah, you need to be there.
So engaging with clients, like, what do you mean? Like,
the door's open, right? So this, if we were to do this live, there would also probably be a chat that I could monitor and stuff like that, and we could both interact with them. I'm sure he'd be willing to do that once it happened. But the build up to get there is like tooth and nail. You know what I mean? Pulling tooth and nail.
So that's one route.
That's one route. That's just one. There's so many other things that I want to do.
So what are some other things that you don't really need him there, but you can still engage and still get results? Is there another thing?
Well, we haven't talked about like stories and stuff like that, because mostly people are present on stories. But I figure we'll do this for long format, and then boom, prop up the phone and then go live there too. Just go live on both ends.
What about reaching directly to them?
Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah.
Do you need Kevin there with you when, let's say, right, you zoom through a lot of stories?
Because I don't know them. Oh. See, this is the problem. For example, blogging.
Yeah.
If I'm there, if I know the story, I can write a lot actually. But a lot of times, like, I don't want to call him out, but a lot of times he has so many. Like, and we don't even have so many, and I forget who you are sometimes if I don't have a reminder. Like, I need to see your face, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just from the top of my head. And so for me to be able to engage with clients that I don't have any idea who they are. Sometimes we'll run into people on the street and they're old clients, and I'm like, I don't know who you are, sorry. Yeah. Because I didn't meet them.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a disconnect. And that's kind of what gets in the problem of me just like reaching out instead of those. There's a couple clients that we've connected to together, and I can keep in touch with them for sure. Like I have their phone numbers and all that stuff, and we kind of do on the like on stories and stuff, or through Instagram, but that's it. It's very surface. But yeah, there's this disconnect. I'm sure we could bridge that disconnect if we put our minds to it, you know, or if he sat down and been like, okay, these were I don't know, like help me create a system or something to help connect to clients, because he's the one that knows. He's the bridge, but he doesn't want to, you know,
because he has a lot going on.
Because he has a lot going on, and it's like the last thing that he needs. Again, because it's not results driven. It's more just a personal touch.
Question. Okay. He is the bridge between the personal connection with the clients.
Yes.
That's cool. That's understandable, right?
Yeah.
Are there some things that he's doing currently that is making him tired that you can be like, I'll take care of that for you?
The driving I can't take from him.
Okay, not driving. What are other things that you could?
Editing, but I don't want to do that either. That causes me migraines.
That's fine.
And so we had the opportunity to hire an editor.
Dope.
But and like he was almost there. He was almost there at the cusp of letting it go. Like, oh, find me these images. I'm gonna make a training video. And I was like, dope, cool. In 2 days, I had the images done, but after that, nothing. So again, I don't want to bug him. I think it's a fear that they're not going to get it right. Yeah.
His
and there's
way.
Of course,
but
right?
No one's gonna do his way. It's only you. It's only you, bro.
Yeah.
It's only you.
Yeah. Yeah. So nobody's gonna be able to do it the correct way.
Kevin's
way.
I
get that. I get that.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. It's like, dude, I could just. And then, are they gonna do it fast enough? That's the key too. Even though our contract says 4 to 6 weeks, I get that. I hate that. I hate letting work sit there, and I could do it in a day. I'll have a migraine at the end of the day, but I could do it in a day. You know what I'm saying? So like both of us feel that him more so. Like I was ready to pull the trigger or whatever, but it's him that has to sign the check. So it's to pay the editor and stuff. So we almost offhanded that, but the editing would be the biggest thing, and then answering emails. Those are the two big ones that I think take up a lot of his time. But like the email thing, it gets so personal, and that's why he has had a hard time to let go of that too. Where there's certain there's a lot of planning, right, that you have to do as a photographer when you plan for these clients, whether it's an engagement or a wedding. And then he has just such a wealth of knowledge to train anybody else, I think is daunting and overwhelming for him, especially when there's all this other shit going on. It's like, why do I gotta, like, for him to teach me how to accept payments is like, oh my God, I gotta teach you how to accept payments. I was like, okay. Like, remember I told you, I was like, why are you starting at step 5? Like, you gotta start from step 1, all right? And he's still like not in that leadership mentality. It's still like a run by the seat of your pants. This is my company. I'm going to do it my way.
Which he's used to.
Right? Right. Because he's going to get it done. In however crazy way that he does it, it'll get done. And the trust is there. But in order to create a system and relieve yourself from that, you have to train people. And it's hard.
You have to let go.
And I know it's hard. I've done it. I've done it how many times with these other shooters. And it's so frustrating. I get hella frustrated. But at the end of the day, no complaints. Happy clients. Really happy clients. So that's
what
only
that's
only him getting in my head saying, they're not good enough. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. Aren't you scared? Isn't that risky? And I'm like, you're right. And I get convinced so easily, right? Now I'm trying to call myself out and be like, no, what? You're getting in my head. Look at the results. Yeah.
Look at the results.
You're getting in my head. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay attention to my intuition. Not like a spiteful thing, but like a trust thing in me. Trust me too.
Trust in you.
Telling myself to trust myself. Not that I don't trust you, but I need to trust me also.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you do.
Which yoga's been teaching me that too. And I'm like, man.
No, but
so I just try to call it out as I see it, I feel like I'm a lot better. I would have probably lost my patience and been very angry over these past couple weeks after we left Super, because it's it's that learning how to be a team. And part of my challenge is being very patient. So that's what we're going through.
No, it's freaking crazy. No, it's crazy, Meg. Like, yo, we just went through this like yesterday.
Really?
Like straight up, you know me, right? I know me now too. I was freaking controlling. Like, I wanted it my way too. I was like nitpicking all this shit, right? And then he's like, freaking calm down, you know, like really, like calm the freak down, right? I was like, and I was like, what about this? Do we have to say this? She's like, just no, like focusing on the market, you know. And it's just like, for her to take that lead and be confident in her stance and herself, kind of made me believe and trust in her. I'll be like, okay, you got this. Like, but again, it's not easy because that's your part, but Kevin's part is this. He needs to trust more, like slowly. He just needs to be
slowly. He is, I think.
Let go, you know, like it feels good to let go. Like
it's like let go, let go. That's how he is. Like that. So
but
that's how it feels.
It's like he still wants something in it, you know. But it's like that we gotta figure out.
I don't
why.
know. I don't know. Yeah.
Like,
I keep digging and then we get interrupted.
But it has to be either fear or guilt, because that's the shit that I was going
guilt
through.
Or shame, yeah.
It's either one or the other,
or, shame,
or both.
Or both.
Really,
maybe.
like it has to be.
Yeah.
So when I let go of my fear of like, all right, you know, just let it go. Like, be free to try everything. Right.
Yeah.
And the guilt.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't feel guilty letting Cindy do what she loves, letting her do what she's good at.
Yeah.
And she's like, like today, like I just sent her some content that I just gathered.
Yeah.
Now she's gonna cook it up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, cool.
Yeah.
I trust that it's gonna turn out dope. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
Right.
We get to keep moving forward and learn. You know.
Yeah.
That's it. But again.
But
I have to be ready.
Your mentality is so elevated and open.
But Kevin can do it too. I know he can.
Yeah.
You know. But I think a lot of it had to do with Cindy being that, like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm gonna take this into my own hands too.
Yeah.
I know. Cindy's like, I know what I'm good at, and I'm gonna do it. So Meg, like, you know what you're good at. You know what you're good at. And if you need some encouragement, I'll tell you, you're freaking amazing at.
I feel like I've been.
You know what I mean?
Don't know what else I can. Like, I'm there again.
Yeah.
What else can I do, right? I know I had that conversation with you, and it comes back to, me being able to just execute, I guess.
Yeah. Execute what? Execute what?
Execute the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's stopping you?
Instead of for me waiting on him.
It can't be Kevin. I don't think it's Kevin that's stopping. There's something else that's stopping you. Are you feeling the fear of maybe it won't work either?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, what is it? Like, you have these ideas.
Yeah.
And I've been in there too.
Yeah.
What's stopping you from implementing it?
I think if it does fail.
Okay.
And then it reinforces his mistrust, like some things have done in the past.
Okay.
Like, for example, when I bring up the podcast, he'll bring up a friend of ours who's also doing a podcast. And he's like, why don't I see him being successful? I'm like, I don't know. I don't pay attention to that dude. I only pay attention to us. You know, and he'll get in my own head, my own confidence of this idea, and input a fear. I know it's a fear, but it's a fear of my validation from him. Because my number one love language is words of affirmation. And it's like, if I don't get that, then it's for one, it's a failure, and then I'm not motivated to go again. And then when I do go again, I feel his mistrust from the past incident, from the past coming back. And I'm like, but that was the past. And maybe because it wasn't working is because you weren't also present with me, or you didn't also want it to succeed. You're just kind of there. Like, I think about getting a lab. Like, you're just kind of there. You're just doing it to appease me so that you can have a happy wife, happy life. But I'm not happy. You know, you're not happy either. So there's this weird thing of trying to appease each other.
Yeah.
And nothing is really happening. Nothing is really created from the heart. It's like I have to. And even when we recorded the podcast that was a wash, it was like, what are your personal goals for this show? And I give this very emotional thing about marriage and shit, right? And then when I ask him, I already know he's like, that's not his goal, because I could see it in his face. Like, he already tuned out. I'm like, okay, be patient. Like, just encourage and try to coax an answer that is not an answer that I want to hear, but like an answer that's just true. Like, yeah, why are you here? I don't want this to be me dragging you to the mic or dragging you into a new way of marketing or connecting or whatever, but you don't want to be here. And I got that again, but then slowly he started to just kind of like have fun with it, and I felt like we were having fun. But then after, it was like, it wasn't even a good one, or it wasn't even a keeper. It was like, I don't want to do it again. Like, waste of time. And it always has to be like on his time. When he has time, then it's good. If he doesn't have time, no time for you, no time for your idea. The moment it becomes inconvenient, I feel like I just want him to be a little bit more considerate, of everybody's time, not just me too. I mean, I see that in other people as well, the way that he handles different situation, like, just be considerate. I'm here, I'm present, like, let's go. I want to do it with you. I couldn't do it by myself. I've done that already. Like I told you, for 3 years I did it by myself. I'm like, it's cool, it's kind of fun, but what if we did it together? That's a lot more fun. And I'm on the team that I want to be on, not Team Meg by myself. with one person on the team, I want us to both be on the team, to both be working through the same thing. So, like, that's my challenge, and I think in the coming year I will get better at it. But yeah, so you're right. It's not him, it's me. It's like trying to figure out, okay, how can I do this? And then sometimes I think in my most darkest thoughts, I'm thinking I could just go to a 9 to 5. Thing of like making it go. It's going. Cool. But like, how do you make it? How do you take it to the next step? I feel like we haven't even touched that yet. So that's what I want to find out,
the control.
In the next year. Like, I want to find out where we can take it. Like, there's so much I want to do. I want to write a book, like a memoir of the business. I think that'd be cool. It'd be cool to share his story, to share my story, and the team members that have contributed a lot to what we've done, like Jonathan. I just wrote an article on him, so that I want to start including more people, and not just Kevin. And like you said, go do it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I feel like I'm trying. It's just a matter of maybe my resistance, or my like not going faster, is that hearing the validation from him or something, or not feeling the enthusiasm, the same enthusiasm that I have for these new things.
That's so crazy, man. I was Kevin.
Yeah.
Like, straight up, really.
Yeah.
Like, and again, like I said, it's fear or guilt or both for me.
Yeah.
But it was that. Like, I just trust now. Like I had to
That's
be
good.
like,
Good for you, Tony.
I have to be like, let go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so whatever I can tell Kevin is kind of like, dude, just let go. Like you yourself know that
I said that yesterday too.
You can't do this 10 years later.
Yeah.
He freaking told me, right? Like 40-year-old photographers, they don't exist.
Yeah.
Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, look, let go. You have to.
Yeah.
Because sooner or later, you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
You know?
You're
something. You know?
And I don't want it to be where you let go and we haven't set up a system or we haven't worked on it for the last 5 years and now we're scrambling. You know, this is our time. This is our time to do that, is to set up a system. And what does that mean? Okay, let's sit down together and actually talk about it. Not you figure out a system, get back to me when you got it. I'm like, I'm not your secretary. You know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to be your partner. And I keep trying to find this way of like trying to like equalize myself with him, and I'm like, this is some bullshit. Okay, like we just need to be on the same team. I'm not trying to compete with you. I'm too old for that. We are too old for that to do that. So yeah, so that's my challenge. I really have to pee.
Go ahead. We're live.
We're live, but I really have to go. I think we can. It's 11.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we can end it. So we'll have a lot more to talk about.
So what do you think? Like every week? Because I think I want to do at least once a week.
Yeah.
Just to like, you know.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Like, why not?
At least once a week. Okay.
At least.
So we can do it more then.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but at least once a week.
Least.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to be more primed to do it now that we have a location and an area where I'm not going to hear too many complaints about it. Yeah. But yeah, cool. Okay, let's end with affirmation. You want to go first or me?
You, please.
Okay, so my affirmation today during yoga was I am secure. And then every so often I'll go through yoga and like get a little teary-eyed, can get all emotional. Because it's weird because they mirror the things that I'm going through. And today, I am secure. And she's like, okay, fill in the sentence for yourself. I was like, okay, I am secure in my abilities to do my role in the company. Yeah. Or I am secure in my life and my life choices. And then so I would just be saying that on my mat. And so I say that again now is like, because we were talking about business. So I am secure in my role and the tasks and the path that I need to lead now. I'm secure in doing it.
Yes, you are.
I believe I can be secure. So she says, if you don't feel secure or if you don't feel that statement, say, just open yourself up to it and say, I believe I can, right? So I believe I can be secure in my position to help lead this company to better things.
Yes.
So that's going to be my affirmation today.
Cool. I'm just gonna stick with the tried and true.
Yeah.
Every day and every way, I'm getting better and better and better, baby.
Yes, you are. You yes, you are. Well, thank you.
Yeah, we did it, man.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Meg.
Once again, my name is Meg.
My name is Tony.
And this was the Golden Rule. We'll see you next time. Bye.